it, humans and my fellow bovines? It's your pal Beef inviting you to shoot the breeze and chew the cud with me for another episode of your favourite talking bull show, Making the Cut. Winter has arrived in Heidelberg, Gauteng. The sun has stage 4 load shedding. It's so cold I've been standing inside Woolworths to stay warm. If the temperature drops any lower, it'll have to call itself the Rand. Despite everything, there's a lot to be said for life in Gauteng. As soon as I find out what it is, I'll let you know. Welcome to Making the Cut. I'm very pleased to introduce you to my guest for today. He's flown all the way from the mother city, or the master city as it's also known, to tell us his story and share the latest gossip. He's a musical legend who's at the peak of his career and also at the peak of his ridiculously large baseball cap. You'll see what I mean now. Yes, he was socially distancing to keep people out of his face long before it became fashionable. He's cooler than me, he's cooler than you, and even a little cooler than himself. Amazingly. Please toot your horns and put your hooves together for Jack Parow. How's it, Jack Parow, man?
Lekker, my bro.
Have you on the show, boot? There, fist bump. I like it. That's all I got. I can't do handshakes. I'm literally just that.
Just hoofing it.
Just hoofing. There. He's got the jokes, guys. Listen, I have to say, how's it, Jack? Because in Gauteng, if you shout, hi, Jack, people catch feelings.
That is true. That has happened to me many a times.
How you been, man?
I'm good, Good. I'm happy to be back at making moeilikheid all over the country.
You
and
are
things
the moeilikheid king, my friend.
Try to be as best I can.
People assume that you were born in Parow, but the truth is you're born in Bellville. Why don't you just call yourself Jack Bellville?
I was actually born in Parow.
Were you? The truth comes out, my friend.
The physical hospital was in Parow, and then I lived on the border of Parow and Bellville, which is like Lincoln Street. And then I kind of moved up to slowly but surely
crept your way towards
to the
Bellville.
Northern suburb ranks.
Yeah, I've always liked Bellville because some of my favourite, a lot of my favourite musicians, Springbok Nude Girls,
yep.
Off Polisika. Sorry, I don't know if I can say Polisika on the show. You're just a kid when your mom gave you a monster hit CD for Christmas featuring American rapper Snoop Dogg, or as he's known in Bellville, Onderzoek Hond. How did it change your life? I mean, it obviously impacted on you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was, obviously before that, I was just listening to what my sisters are older than me, so I was listening to what my sisters were listening to, and I luckily got through my parents and through my sisters that had good music taste, like from David Kramer to like Koos Kombuis,
Lekker.
you know, Valiant, Swart, like all that type of stuff, Johannes Kerkorrel. So when I started listening to music, my mom just bought me for Christmas when I was like 12. She bought me like a CD player. And then obviously just bought me a mix CD so I could figure out what I liked, and got me Monster Hits, and then and What's My Name was on there from Snoop Dogg, and
Brilliant.
when I heard it, I was just, because I was always into like rhyming stuff, so read always
Even
like
your
Dr.
clothes are
Seuss.
rhyming. Look at it. Look at it. Somewhere your mom's going, my curtains have been stolen. Your mom's been very supportive of you throughout your career. Amazing. What's the best advice she's ever given you? And who's your her second favourite rapper after you?
Probably David Kramer.
He's not really a rapper, is
But
he?
you know, he claims, because he had that song, Sitting in the Chukkie. That's
come
no
on,
fun.
come
so
on.
He always tells me he's like the first original Afrikaans
please.
rapper.
No.
I was lucky that my mother just always, like, no matter all the trouble I caused, she always like trusted me and said I must just do what I feel is right, and if I trust my instincts, it will be good. And eventually
so lekker,
that happened.
Man.
And like,
that's lekker.
I mean, my mom would like. There was this song by Snoop called Lardy Dardy. Lyrics are super dirty. Like, I mean, I can't even. Actually, it's so dirty that I can't even say it. And then he's like, my mom would have like the tannies over for tea, and they'll be like, kom Zander, kom rap vir die mense. And then I would like come in and I'll be rap this whole thing, and I'm like 13.
I
I'm
love
like
it.
rapping
And you
this
were
whole
dropping all
super
these swear
dirty. My
words,
mom's like
super
clapping
awkward.
hands. Oh, it's so good.
And
everyone else like,
freaking
yo.
out. What's your favourite Afrikaans word that isn't a swear word? Aspoestertjie.
Yeah, or
Telkom.
As poestertjie is definitely one of my favorites.
Kakkelak.
Platypus.
Platypus, that's my favourite. That's my favourite, and it's coming because we wanted to ask you where you got the concept for your hat. And we thought...
It's blood, and I look like a...
I love your caps. I've always dreamed of having one.
Okay, nice. Well, I actually brought you one, a nice one, specially made for you.
No ways.
Yeah,
You brought me a
100%.
cap?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's flying in from the side.
No, that's a bloody huna. Get rid of it. We don't have those on the show.
This one.
That's it. Oh, that's sexy, man.
Anything lightning bolts.
That's a lot of feel. I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I look like someone will sleep on me in the 70s.
Now you have a lot of heel and I have a lot of
Spiel.
close. And I like
Guys.
this little, I especially bought this flower one. You know this hat?
It makes
I
me
had
feel
to
at home in
actually
my field.
Go and buy one of those old mattresses to flip and make
Because
this
that's
thing
exactly
out of.
what it looks like.
Yeah,
It's the cloth from an actual one of those
It
mattresses.
is.
Wow, I can smell the unrequited love. Must have belonged to a teenage boy.
Definitely.
Try edit that out, Brad. Listen, you even have your own brand of brandy. Parow
Yes.
brandy. Is there
Yeah.
a version for people who are only half as cool as you? A half Jack? Oh, I did it.
Do you know what is coming out?
What?
I got a lekker wine coming out called Heeltyd Speeltyd. It's the first in the world to have two bladders. Like, so it's got a red wine and a white wine, so in one. So you can go to a jaw and you can have a bit of, if you want some red wine and your flippin' calf, he wants some white wine, you got them both in one
That
bloody
is the
box.
most Zeph dope idea I've ever heard in my life.
I know,
My friend,
exactly.
you're a genius. Red and white wine
You said
in the
it.
same package. And if you like, you can just mix them together, make yourself a rosé.
Exactly. If
Love
you want
it.
to do that, you can.
What makes you happiest about being a South African, man? Like when the Bucks score or load shedding suspended or the sound of Hardy Dars making baby Hardy Dars.
Load shedding
It's 2
suspended
in the
is
morning.
my
That's a big
best.
one.
My best. I love it. I love it so much. It like brings me joy. But then it's so unpredictable. It's like
You
load
never
shedding
know.
suspended, and then like
It's back 2
45
seconds later.
minutes later, it's like load shedding's
What?
back on
It's
again.
on, and then it's off again.
like,
It's on,
it
it's
got
off.
suspended on level 1, and then it's like back on level 4, and it's like in that 45 minutes there was so much bloody like line that hulle moes like sommer 3 levels opgevat het.
Yes,
It was
and
like
there's
an
drama
absolute
all over
disaster.
the place. You never know what's going to happen. It's like being paid by the SABC. You just never know. Listen, man, here's a picture of you with your family, your mom, your 2 big sisters, and your father, who turns out is Father Christmas, which is truly mind-blowing.
That's
Behind
why
the
he's not
special
around
picture.
anymore.
Established
He's
that.
obviously living in the North Pole now.
There we go. He's wearing a fancy watch. Tell us the story behind the watch.
Oh yeah, he played rugby for Tyne Tech at that time, and he's like playing, and this guy was after the game. He's like at the bar, a club bar, and this guy is like really drunk, and he's like, oh, please borrow me like 10 rand or something ridiculous like that at that time, and my dad's like, no, and he was like, okay, cool. Here's my Rolex watch. I'll give it. You can keep it. Borrow me the 10 rand or the 15 or the 20 rand or whatever it was, and I'll come back tomorrow. I'll bring you the cash back, and I'll take the watch back. And my dad was like, okay, cool, got the Rolex, and then just continually, and then every day he's obviously there because he plays rugby there, and the guy just never came back. And so my dad bought like a 1965 Submariner Rolex for like 20 rand, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's truly amazing. I wish you could get those deals at your rugby club today. Here's a picture of you having a banana bath. Now, is this how you made banana bread during lockdown?
It was like, and I sweat alcohol, so I would just lay in this banana bath, and just to make booze as well when the alcohol ban
That's
was happening.
amazing. That's
But
what-
this is actually for one of my singles of my new album called
What's going on here? This is you with some bodyboards. You have your own boogie board brands and
Yeah.
brandy.
Well, I have my own signature bodyboard, so it's called the Paratrooper. It's that one with the leopard print bottom, obviously, with a company called Handpicked, who's now Australia-based.
It needs a health warning. Do not use Parow brandy and Parow boogie boards at the same time.
That is true.
Here's a final picture of your drummer, Jade McKinnon. Now,
Mess her with my heart. She's so great.
How hard is she drumming that she needs to wear a bikini while she's doing it? Was this what was happening on the catamaran?
Well, you sitting here doing an interview shirtless. I mean, she's no longer my drummer, but I do miss her very much. She's a great girl, and
Right.
as you can see there, she.
Great, nothing but love.
Sometimes I think, especially in Ireland, I think people came more for her than they came for me.
I can't.
Flip it back.
I'm going to get it. Put. There we go, hey? Hey, rolling with the Parow. Anyway, it's been great knowing you.
It's been amazing. It's been my
Amazing.
favorite interview ever.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
I love you. Give me a little kiss in the neck.
I'm trying to sniff up the alcohol.
See you after.
Very nice.
Dressing room 3.
Yeah, very nice. Okay. Do you like middies? But does that mean you don't?